Hi, my name is Izzy Justice. I'm the CEO of EQ Mentor. We are a professional development company that focuses on emotional intelligence. I speak all over the country, all over the world on emotional intelligence, on mentoring, on talent management. And one of the questions that I get asked sometimes is, hey Izzy, is there an easy way to understand what this emotional intelligence concept is all about? It's something that is not very theoretical or not very academic. So that's what I'd like to do with you today, is I'd like to share with you a sort of easy way of understanding what emotional intelligence is and bringing it to life in what you do every day at home and at work. So two qualifiers before we talk about emotional intelligence. The first one is that from a minute-to-minute perspective, an hour-to-hour perspective, a day-to-day perspective, really there's the only thing about you that changes, okay? It's not your age, it's not your height, it's not the knowledge that you have, it's not your IQ, the skills that you have or the competencies that you possess. The only thing that changes constantly is the emotional makeup of who you are, and that's based on the constantly changing experiences that you have. The second part, sort of qualifier about emotional intelligence, is that almost 90% of your body, of our physical body, is actually a fluid. Now you may say, what is the relevance of that? Well, let's take a look at this table over here. If I were to knock on this table like I just did, this table is a solid, nothing's going to happen to it. A fluid, by definition, like this very clear glass of water, if I were to blow on it, you will see all kinds of ripples that happen in the glass of water. So a fluid, by definition, is much more vulnerable to external stimuli. So the two key points are very important in understanding what actually compromises or has the ability to compromise our ability to be at our best as often as possible, because that's really the goal of all of us. We want to be at our best as often as possible, not just on a Monday or a Friday or when things are going well. So let's define emotional intelligence. Because almost 90% of your body is a fluid, one of the questions that I ask people is, raise your hand if you wake up in the morning and say, I hope some bad things happen to me today. No one does that. Who does that? Who wakes up in the morning and says, yeah, I hope I have a bad day? But negative experiences, someone cuts you off in traffic, you get a bad email, you get a bad voicemail, there's an email that, is not very nice. My point is that negative experiences and challenges happen to us through no desire of our own. These negative experiences induce in us a chemical change. So when we are at our best, we're in this sort of very clear mode, right? When we are at our best, we're calm, we think freely, we're not in the mode of fear or any other type of compromising emotion. We can collaborate better, we can be more innovative, we are free to think, right? When negative experiences happen, chemicals are essentially released in your body. Your body, for all practical purposes, is a chemical lab. It's full of all kinds of chemicals. When negative experiences happen, and this is just a metaphor here, your body becomes concentrated with negative endorphins in your body. These negative endorphins do all kinds of physical things to your body. They make you nervous. They make you twitch. You have sweat on the palms of your hand. You begin to think much faster. Your eyes begin to twitch. You become more tense. In this physical state, there's absolutely no way that you can be at your best. You can function. You can do pretty good. And if you remain in this state, then this is what I call being in an emotional hangover. Something might have happened to you 10 minutes ago, an hour ago, yesterday, last week, or in some very traumatic cases, when you were a child. And so people constantly function in these kinds of states. The point I'm trying to make is that you will be in this state every day, whether you want to or not, because you don't want bad things to happen to you, but they happen to you anyway. So what is emotional intelligence? Let's define it in a very sort of practical way. Emotional intelligence is recognizing when you're in this state. The ability to take your emotional temperature, say, you know what, I feel pretty good. I can think clearly. There are no inhibitions right now. It's also the ability to recognize when you're in this state. I am not at my best. Something happened to me. All right? I just got a bad email. I'm thinking about something else. My mind is elsewhere. This ability to recognize what state you're in is what self-awareness is all about. Well, the other part of it is, what if you are here? You've just taken your emotional temperature and you realize that you're tense. You can't think freely. You're not at your best. Then to be able to do certain things that allow you to go from here back to here is another component of emotional intelligence, and that's what we call self-regulation. Your ability to go from here to here. You can see how powerful this can be when, number one, you're a fluid, and number two, your fluids change constantly, minute by minute, hour by hour. For managers and leaders, there's a third part to it, and that's to be able to recognize when people that work for you, people on a team environment, when they are here and therefore at their best, or when they're here, not at their best. How powerful could it be for you if you could recognize this in your spouse, in your children, in people that you care about, in the people that follow you as a leader, and be able to recognize when they're here or here, and if they're here, which as we just talked about, it's going to happen every day, you can help them as a leader. You can induce certain thoughts and experiences that can allow them to go back over here. Think of these 2 glasses of water as your body, and think that through the course of the day you are either here or here. Most of us are in this state. Emotional intelligence, again, is your ability to recognize where you are and regulate yourself, and then obviously apply the same skill to other people. Try it. Think about it when you go to work tomorrow, and it'll make you a better person. It'll make you a better professional. Good luck with it.